So we're going to be, this is like step one in all of these problems is to do this multiplication. Okay. Step two, and I'm writing the second equation. Okay, so let me just frame this a little bit better. Let me just move this down slightly. This is your system of equations. It's really your new system of equations. And you probably saw in the videos, or you've seen maybe in another class, you want to add these vertically. Okay, and that's like your old time math. If you remember, you just add them up one by one. Okay, so let's look at that first column here. What is minus 9x plus 5x? What does that become? -9 and a positive 5. So sometimes, think about it in terms of money. You owe your friend $9. You give him $5. How much do you still owe your friend?
14.
No, you owe him. You owe him. So you give him.
Oh.
You owe him 9.
-14.
-4, because you owe him 9. You give him 5, and you end up still owing him 4. Okay, let's try this one here. -3y plus 3y. They're opposites, right? One's negative, one's positive.
It's 0.
0, yeah. Okay. And how about that last one there?
54 plus 2 is 56.
Perfect. Okay, so here's our new equation. -4x equals 56. Why did I not write the 0? Why do you think?
It's not a positive or a negative.
It doesn't contribute. So if you do 10 push-ups and then you do 0 more, how many push-ups have you done?
10.
10, because it doesn't help. Okay. All right. Now the number and the letter are squeezed together. So when they're squeezed together, that's multiplication. How do you undo multiplication?
Division.
Division. You're going to divide both sides by -4. Dividing by -4 or 4 is like dividing twice. Okay, it's like dividing twice by 2. So 56 divided by 2 is 28, and then you divide it by 2 again, and that's 14. Give me just 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm dealing with a drink situation. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So let's look at another problem. We're just going to go through these same steps here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let me do this one. Grab this one for you. All right. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to multiply this by -2. Okay. -2. And we'll get to y at some point, but that's not important right now. We're going to multiply this by -2. So that means multiplying every single thing by -2. Now, what is the number that's in front of x and y, but is not written?
1.
1. And that's what you're multiplying by. You are multiplying x, but it's the number in front. So that's -2x. What about this next term? What is 1y times -2?
-2y.
-2y, good. Equals 4 times -2.
2.
What's 4 times 2?
8. -8.
Yep, -8. Perfect. Okay. All right, now I'm going to write another equation below it. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing we did in the last problem. We're gonna add vertically. We're gonna add vertically, which means, you know, you look at them grouping by grouping. Minus 2x plus 2x,
0.
0. But the next one here, minus 2y plus, and if you need to, you can say 1y, or you can even put a 1 in front. Minus 2y plus 1y.
-1.
Negative 1y, yeah, good. And then the last one there, negative 8 plus 7.
1.
So again, you really got to go to like money, or, you know, I don't know. Maybe we'll try the push-ups. What is the leader of your jiu-jitsu class? Does he have a name, or does, like, I don't know that world very, you know, he's not a coach. What's his
He's called Professor.
professor? If you owe the professor 8 push-ups and you only do 7, how many do you still owe the professor?
1.
You owe him 1. And then that's what you can think of
Yeah.
negative as owing, borrowing from. Okay, so our equation is negative 1y equals negative 1. The negative 1 is multiplying y. They're squeezed together. How do you undo multiplication?
Division.
You're going to divide both sides by negative 1. When you have the same number on the top and bottom, that is 1. Any questions on anything I've done so far? We're going to do another problem like it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to multiply this equation by 4. 4. Okay, and I'm going to just give you a minute or two to figure that out on your own. You can write it down. You can tell me whatever you want to do, but please multiply every single thing in this equation by 4, please.
Four times 12. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 8. 32.
Sounds like you might be done. I'm going to write the correct answer here, and you tell me if yours matches.
Yes, it does.
Good. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write this other equation, 2x plus 4y equals 10. And I want you to add these vertically, just like we've done in previous problems.
14, 8, and 42. So x is 14.
Hang on. I heard something I didn't like here. What is your next line here? Go ahead and read it out loud to me, please.
Next line. Oh, I didn't see the negative.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and try that one more time.
So x is -4 plus 4 is 0.
Yes.
That 32 plus 10 is 42.
So what do you have over here to the left?
12x
Plus 2x.
14x.
Good. Equals.
42.
Got it. What's the math operation here between the 14 and the x?
Multiplication.
And you undo multiplication with division. Think of it as like offense and defense. X equals 3. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually snip in question 1 from your workbook today.
Okay.
And we already worked this out. So I know this is a little disjointed, but you found that X is minus 14. Okay. We already did that. And actually, let me go back up and show you. It was actually the very first problem we did right there. X is minus 14. Okay. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do that again. We'll piece this all together eventually. The system of equations has both an X and a Y value.
Okay.
Okay, so to get the other variable, because sometimes you get Y first, sometimes you get X first, you have to choose an equation. Okay. Have you ever seen Indiana Jones movies?
No.
Okay. So sometimes you can choose a good or a bad equation. We're going to choose the first equation. And when you choose the first equation here, you're going to substitute in negative 14 for X. 3 times negative 14 plus Y equals negative 18. Now, by substituting in that number, only the other variable remains.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the substitution technique allows you to get that. So we have to multiply 3 times negative 14. That's negative 42 plus Y equals negative 18. Okay. So we just multiplied in that step. How do we undo this negative 42?
You multiply?
It's not dividing. It like what math operators do you see here? What
Oh,
math operator is that? I know I said negative, but what is it
it's a
also?
positive.
This
Adding.
one, yeah, so you can add 42 to undo it. Okay, which means Y equals 24, sorry, 24. So you actually had the correct answer in your when you did this today or whenever that was. So there's your correct answer for number 1. Okay, let's look at number 2 now. Okay, so a lot of words here, but you're solving this system of equations, okay? And you actually already did this for me, and we found that X was, let me go back and look. I'm sorry, we found that Y is 1. Sorry for all the scrolling, it's not that easy to follow. We already did some work and we found that Y is equal to 1. Okay, now you have to choose an equation. Which equation do you want to choose, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay, now I like the first one as well because it's slightly simpler than the second. So now you put that 1 in for Y. Remember on the previous problem, we found X first. So you put that 1 in for Y, only the other variable remains. Okay, now to undo addition by 1, the inverse operation is subtract 1. So X equals 3. All right, how is that for you?
Easy.
Okay, good. It's good to hear. Okay, let's look at another question. All right, so in this problem, and we did this earlier, I'm going to go back up and look. Actually, I can do it from here. X is, yeah, so X is 4. We did some work here and we found that X is 4. Okay, so I want you to use either equation 1 or equation 2 and find Y, please.
Equation Y. Nine.
Which equation did you use? The first or the
The
second?
first one.
Okay, so the first equation says X plus Y equals 10. Where did you put the 4?
On bottom.
For X, right?
Yeah.
4 plus Y equals 10. There's no operator in front, but we know it's positive. It's just not written. Okay. So how do you undo positive 4?
-4.
Subtract 4 from both sides. Yeah. Subtract 4, subtract 4. So what does Y equal?
Six. 10.
Yes. Good. Okay, so let's I'm now going to move to a question from the second journal for the day here. You got the first couple right, which is good to see. So here's what I'm going to have you do. And I'm not going to tell you why we're doing this for now. We're just going to do it. I want you to multiply that first equation by -4. I want you to multiply everything in that first equation by -4, please. Let me know when you got your result, please. Do you have any questions for me, Jeremiah?
No, I think I got it.
Okay. Does your answer or line look like this? Let me change this to -12y -60. Does it look like that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now we're going to multiply the second equation by 3. So I'm going to do that for you. 3 times 8x is 24x. 3 times 4 is 12y. And 3 times 20 is 60. Go ahead and get that down, and then we'll move to the next part of this. All right, you got that down?
Mhm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy the equation underneath the other, and we're going to add them up vertically like we did in some earlier problems here. So we're going to add them up vertically. What is negative 24x plus 24x?
0.
Okay, what is minus 12y plus 12y?
0.
What is negative 60 plus 60?
0.
0. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Is 0 equals 0 a true statement?
No.
Yes,
Oh, it is.
it is. It's like, well, what does this mean? Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to go look at another screen here using the Desmos graphing calculator. We might have used this on our first lesson. And what I did is I graphed that first equation. Okay. Now I'm going to graph the second equation. And what do you notice about the two lines?
They're on top of each other.
Yeah. Do you remember anything from class about what that means?
Infinite.
Yes. Yes. So there's like three cases that we can consider. Okay. So case one is the best case. This is the intersection. Okay. You got two lines and they intersect. Boom, right there. Case two is no solution. We haven't seen that yet. No solution is when the lines are parallel. Okay. Case three is what we just saw, which is when the lines are right on top of each other. They are infinite solutions. And don't worry about that, what that means for now. Just go with it. But what you're looking for is a 0 equals 0 situation. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. So let's just do some quick, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so that is question 3. It looks like you can redo that one later on if you need. I guess it gives you the correct answer. So let's look at question 1 again. Just talk about how to do this. Okay, what values of x and y satisfy the system of equations? They're basically saying, hey, solve the system of equations. All right, so all I want you to do for me to close out the lesson for today is I want you to multiply the first equation by -6.
Okay. Six plus times 8. Six.
Do you have an answer for me, Jeremiah?
Almost.
Okay.
6 times. Okay, you got it.
All right, so this is the correct answer. -48x minus 54y equals 18. Is that what you have?
Yes.
Great, excellent. So really quickly over here on the right, I'm going to multiply this second system by 8. 48x plus 56y equals 8. And then this time I'll just bring this 1 on the left over to the right. When we add vertically, there should be a cancellation. We can get more into that next time. But that is why we're doing this. So all right. You actually got this one correct in the assignment earlier.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting into a good rhythm with what we're going to do during our lessons. We're hopefully going to move on to a topic where we can kind of start a little bit more from the beginning, but we're at systems. We'll just keep trying. So I've got you down for Wednesday at the same time, and that's it for tonight.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. Have a good evening. Bye now.
Bye.